thank you for 500 plus likes on the last few videos I made. Because of that, I'm back again with another 5 or so personal tactics of mine. I will link the last few guides I made in the description, but also, this is also important, I have indeed made guides on the Grandmaster Sub-Zero for all 3 of his variations, okay? So I'm gonna link those in the description as well. Let it be known, because when I made those, there wasn't that many people on the channel, so I hope you watch those as well. Have you faced that one opponent in the Kombat League who pokes you every single time you do a jump kick on block? The jump kicks are plus, right? And they just poke you straight away, right? Well, this is what I do against them. Yes. Backdash into buttons will hurt them. Yeah. And if we was to do with Sindel, if he was to do that with Sindel, I think she's the one who benefits from this the most. She gets a straight clean launcher like that, straight away. You can get a free combo if you do shit like this. Tactic number 1 I use in the Kombat League that pays off quite often is flawless blocking, but it is not the flawless blocking you think it is. This is the ordinary flawless blocking, right? Flawless blocking gaps. This is not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about 3 advanced techniques of flawless blocking in one tactic. Alright, so to begin with, in my opinion, flawless blocking is probably the hardest mechanic to fully learn and do consistently in this game. Seeing as though Kombat League players have proven that better players lose to shit ones because of the random YOLO mashing and the wake up options and all that crap, flawless blocking in my opinion is definitely the most skill based mechanic in this game. Here is 1 out of 3 flawless blocking techniques that I use in the Kombat League. This works very often for me because I've got it down. When you do a minus stagger or a minus move on block, okay, your opponent, of course, as usual, will go ahead and try to take their turn because they realize you are minus, and then they are going to react instantly with the fastest move they got, right? So with this technique, you basically take that away from them. You steal their turn and take your turn again. With enough skill in this game, you can do that. So observe. Like this. This happens a lot. I get this. I hit people with this a lot. Okay, this back 2 is -2 on block. And my minus frames, I'm being rewarded if I do this. So you can do that. You can do that as well. This can happen. So this is one technique that I suggest you start learning. I'm going to show a little clip of me doing it online actually. And as you can see, I did the back 2 and instant reaction and it works. But also that is the second technique right there for flawless blocking. Flawless blocking on recovery. There you go. You can do that as well. Because your opponent gets up and they're eager to hit you. And then you can flawless block again. So that's number 2. And now my third and final flawless block technique I use is flawless blocking out of plus frames. Now this technique does require skill, but I'd be lying if I didn't say it is one of the most dumbest things in the game. Like, it is one of the most dumbest things in the game. And the reason is because it defeats the purpose of plus frames existing as a whole. This shit works with all sorts of plus frames. You expect your opponent to do their fastest normal after the plus frames on block, right? And this can happen. This move from Shao Kahn is +6 on block. It's which means if I press anything after that, I'm gonna get caught straight away. But that's where the flawless blocking begins. This has got to be the most easiest way, like, it's like, this has got to be the most easiest flawless block techniques. It is so easy to do this, it's crazy, man. It's so easy to steal their turn. Like that. I'm gonna show you a clip after this. I did it against Scarlet +4, I mean +6. It works. Look at that. You just know they are going to commit to their fastest normal, and because of that, you get the flawless block. You tap it on time, and there you go. It works. Check the next clip out. So right here, Scarlet's 4-4 is +6 on block, and there you go. You literally just flawless block out of it, and that's it. And now here's a couple of clips. There, you can also do it out of hit stun as well. And finally on wake up as well, of course. Tactic number 2. This is a very important tactic, man. If you don't have this one already, I don't know what to tell you, but you need to put it on, and you need to do it now. Health values. Yes. Health values. Look at the, what I mean by that is, you see the numbers in the health bar, 1000 and 1000, right? That is very important. Switch that on here. Display health right here. Why is this important? So you need to use the information from these health values to win matches. Okay, whether it be a crushing blow, whether it be a fatal blow, if you know it's going to kill, you can go ahead and do it. You need to memorize how much damage your character does if they do the fatal blow into this, if they do this into the fatal blow, if they do that into a crushing blow, this and that. You need to memorize it. So for me, for example, I look at my opponent. I got a fatal blow. They have 45% health. Now, if I press one button, let's have a look right now. Overhead into fatal blow. Let's see if, is this going to kill? No. Nope. They still got a chance. So they can roll away and all that. But I realize that I look at them and I say, okay, you know what? I need to damage them a little bit before I commit to the fatal blow. So let's say I get this. That's 1%. He went from 45% to 44%. And because of that, he is going to die. One difference changes everything. Let's have him blocking right now. Come on. Let's have him blocking. Now, he is blocking. If I do this, he's on 443.75, right? Look at this. 443.75. How much is this going to do? He's dead. So the idea is damaging them enough on block or hit to the point where you watch their health, and then you know on the next hit confirm they are dead. Then you know on your next commitment you're gonna kill them. This is what I do every single Kombat League match. I do this. It's right here with Scarlet. Okay, Scarlet's back 2, she's my second main. Her back 2 does 9% of damage. It used to do 7%. And this is how it works basically. If we was to just keep your eye, right, if we just stopped there because we dropped it or something, as you can see they're on 9.6. So if we go with the overhead, they still have a tiny bit of health left. That's why I like to check before I go for a very risky attack like the back 2. This is a very unsafe move. Yet, if I'm gonna go for it, I want to kill them with it, you know, but that's not gonna kill them. So I keep my eye. So I try to get that tiny bit of extra damage, and there you go. Now they will die from it straight. Now they will die. And that's when the risky move pays off. But you may die from it as well, because they could block it. They can react to that overhead. So be careful. And make sure you have enough health to take a punish. So I'm saying at least 40%, 41, 42. Remember what kills them in that moment. And that's why health values are very important. Put it on and make sure you memorize the damage you can do in different situations. Here is tactic number 3. Jump kicks in the corner. I don't use this tactic that often because I am a very aggressive player and I tend to roll out the corner and slide out sometime, and sometimes just do something into creeping ice with Sub-Zero. So I don't really use it that much, but this might be useful, so check this out. When your opponent is this distance from you, they are definitely going to jump against you. Like 90% of the time, this is what they do. Alright, 10% of the time they walk in with a normal and all that, but 90% of these players in the Kombat League, they jump in like this, and then this happens to you. The lack of anti-airs in this game is disgraceful, unfortunately. Uppercuts, you know, down twos and normals and all that, they don't really guarantee because anti-airs, because they can do the jump kick in different timings. So one time they can do it like that, and then the second time they can, you know, wait. Deeper jump kicks equals more plus frames, so it's hard to tell when they're gonna do it. This is a tactic, like I said, I don't really use it that much, but it works. Okay, so check it out. You can forward dash past it. Like, you know they are going to jump on this distance. You know it. This can happen, it can cross over, but if you time it correctly, first of all, they kick you out the corner, and second of all, you can get this punish like that. Forward dashing past it works because you know they are that distance, you know, they are that distance from you, they are that jump in distance from you. It's time for them to do it to get some cheap damage and cheap plus frames, because the jump kicks are fucking stupid. So it does work like that. You can of course commit to anti-air down twos as well if you got the reactions for that. But what I do recommend is don't try this shit against Jax and Baraka. Fam, I'm telling ya, take this from me. Don't you fucking dare try anything against them two. Against their jump kicks. I'm telling you right now, do not try this crap against them. Don't. And here is a tiny bit of character specific tech. So in my case, the Grandmaster Sub-Zero himself, I main this character, so I know I have two options. You're gonna have to explore your options with your main character, but in my situation I can do two different things. So as you can see, if I attempt to anti-air this mid jump kick, this is gonna happen. Then big damage, big trouble, right? So option number 1, this is a risky one, but you can choose to do it. It's forward 2. If you do the forward 2 against a jumping opponent in the corner, the Grandmaster pushes himself forward enough to evade the jump kick hitbox, like that. It can work sometimes. You can just forward dash and do it as well, and just get away from the corner. But knowing these Kombat League players, they will again try to jump out the corner, and you can also do that. Play scrub tactics with scrub tactics, like I said. And last but not least, just slide. On reaction to the jump in the air, just slide out the corner. This also works. You're gonna have to do shit like this because I'm telling you, man, there is no way you're anti-airing in this game, man. Consistent anti-airs with the Grandmaster is like impossible. Slide away on reaction. They are gonna do the jump kick over there. You are gonna be over here. Away. Explore your options with your character. Unfortunately, like I said, I main the Grandmaster out here, so I can't really help you with the other characters, but explore your options and try the forward dashing out the corner as well. Tactic number 4, okay? Listen, guys. What I'm about to show and explain to you is really... this triggers me really badly, okay? And... I can't take it. I can't. Okay, listen. This is the second reason why I hate this game. Okay, the number 1 reason why I hate this game is because of the fatal blow. Number 2, the reason is the down 2 crushing blow. Okay, but it's not how you think. Let me explain. Also, I do like the game, but I hate it more than I like it at times. Listen, this is hurting me. This is hurting me right now thinking about it, and it's triggering me as I make this. Look, man. Look. The down 2 crushing blows, okay? You get caught trying to grab. This is what happens to you. Okay? That makes sense. That makes sense. That is so fine. I am so fine with that. You went for a grab, you're getting destroyed for it. Okay? No problem. But what fucking triggers me, the most I hate this! The down 2 crushing blow works against this! This, man! Look! It works against this! It works so much by these Kombat League players. Alright, first of all, let me get one thing clear. I've hit Elder God in every season. Okay, and I'm gonna guarantee you one thing. Throughout my hours into that game mode, I'm gonna guarantee one thing. Jade players are the dumbest players in the Kombat League. Straight. Jade players are the dumbest players in the game of any no player of any other character comes close as to how dumb Jade players are. Okay, and that's a fact. I can guarantee you these Jade players don't do nothing different, fam. They all do the same shit, and that's the reason. She is the reason, and her players are the reason why this tactic is being shown off to you right now. This is what the problem is. Of course, it works against that. But the problem is it works against this. These two are two. This is a high, that's a high. Now, the issue with that is if I go walk up and do that, this happens. The only way any player would ever get that down 2 crushing blow against you while you do that, an 8 frame standing 1, which is totally unreactable. The only way they would ever get that is by mashing. That's why the game is catered to mashing. There is no way a Jade player or any player would react to an 8 frame standing 1 while it's recovering and get a down 2 crushing blow out of it. That is scrub catered. That's scrub catering right there. That's the problem. They just mash like this. They're mashing like this and they get it like that. So if I'm gonna walk up and do 1, 2, look at my button log. That. They can't get the crushing blow if they don't mash. The game is catered to that. And it happens so much. That's why I hate Jade. Okay, she's my #1 hated character. I hate this. I hate Jade so fucking much. But I also hate that this works. This is what they do to me! I swear, bro! This is what they do! And they drive me crazy! Look! Okay, I'm gonna calm down and I just set up an example for you. This is what the Jade players do to me. Look. I'm mashing, listen to my controller. See, that's the problem. If I did this into this, they would get caught. So it's complete YOLO randomness from these players. Kombat League players. So let me take you inside the mind of a player who likes to mash down 2 on hit. This is the mind. This is the mindset, okay? It is as though once you hit these players with this and then do that, or if you do this and then go for a grab, it is as though the tiniest movement, okay, trust me on this one, the tiniest movement of your character is what triggers something inside the minds of some of these players. It triggers like a proximity alarm inside their mind, and that's when they do this. Alright? That's the problem. Your tiniest movement, your tiniest bit of intimidation is what triggers this. Alright? So if I was to do this and then walk close like that, they think a grab is coming and then they mash the down 2. Okay? But really, you're just you're walking forward. Let's have this and that. Alright. Really, that little movement, okay, after the back 3 on hit, that little movement is what triggers the alarm inside of the minds of some of these fucking players. And that's how I get hit by this shit right here. I got evidence here. Watch this. This is proof that there are proximity alarms in some of the minds of these players that set off the down 2. Look at that. Now, let's watch it again. I did that stand 1 on purpose, just to get hit by the crushing blow, so that I can get the footage for this video. I knew he was going to do it. He's been doing it the whole set. Look! See? This Kombat League set. Look at that. We need to watch that again, bro. Let's watch it again. See, are you seeing this? Look. Look. Standing 1. There you go. There you go. There's my proof. So this is and here's a clip of it happening to me for real. Fuck! Ah! So this is the tactic I'm starting to use, and it does work. Alright, it really does work. That. So basically I get my hit, they're in hit stun, I intimidate a little movement, making them think I'm going for a grab, but even if I'm not going for the grab, they still do the down 2. That's the issue. And well, I wait for it, I duck it, and then I punish it myself. Okay, so you can do that. So right here I use the tactic, but I've already used my down 2 crushing blow, but as you can see, it works. And he's still pressing down 2 on hit. It's so crazy, man. Holy shit. So here's a little basic way of understanding what I'm trying to say. You walk towards them. That walk sets off the proximity alarm. Then they do the down 2. Then you answer back and you punish it with whatever you want. This is how they play. This is how they play. Like the Kombat League is not in the title for nothing. Alright, this is the Kombat League experience right here. Scrubby play like this. This is it. So that's tactic number 4. And now tactic number 5. This is, I won't be showing anything here, but This is my personal advice to anybody who is trying to get better at this game, or to anybody who is wondering how I got better at the game. And to begin with, I just want to say something about how I evolved. At the beginning, when the game released, I looked at these flawless blockable gaps in strings and I said to myself, I wouldn't be able to do that. I will not be able to do it. I can't do it. It's too hard. Today, I am flawless blocking on get up. I'm flawless blocking out of plus frames. I'm flawless blocking on recovery. I'm flawless blocking gaps without even looking. If I can do it like that, you will do it like that. You will do it like that. You will evolve like that if you want to. I wanted to and I did it. You will do it. So let's get into number one. Number one, don't have a big ego. What I mean by this is when you lose, you take your loss as a learning experience. Losing is learning. You have to remember that. You have to live with that as well. Losing is learning. If you lose to random mashing stupid shit, you know, like some of these Jade players and these KungLao players, these fucking crack-headed fucking KungLao players, dude, I swear. If you lose to these lot, just remember, if you lost to random YOLO-ness and mashing, the game's design, that's not your fault. That's the game's design. The game's design itself, that's the game. It is not your fault if you lose to that shit. And you know, you can barely have an answer. The game obviously caters and favors YOLO, random, mashing, and scrubby play. It is not your fault. Losing is learning. If you understand that, you will get far. Losing is learning. I rarely lab matchups and all that. Yet look where I am. I know how did I learn all that? By fighting. I fought everyone in this game online, man. I've played. You know how many nemesis I have in the Kombat League? Millions. Finally, setting a mindset for yourself. Okay, what do I mean by that? You need to view this game like I view the game. I suggest you do it like this. So basically, this is how it goes. I'm sure most of the people watching this right now, if you're still watching up until right now, you have taken an examination in your life before. You have taken an examination. You have studied for an examination. So here's my advice. Let's view it in that way. Practice mode is a studying book. Practice mode is one of your studying books. In practice mode, it's where you lab your matchups, you lab your frames, you remember what's fast enough to punish what, etc. You know, that's a studying book. But then it doesn't stop there. You have a second studying book. This competitive mode on versus casual, face another player. This mode is your second studying book. You go in this mode and you test your reactions, you test your predictions and knowledge, and you test your ability to execute combos, etc. You use this mode to do that. There will be maggots in this mode that play one match and then they teabag fatality and leave. There will be maggots who do that shit here. When they do it, just move on to the next one. Honestly, like I said, number one, losing is learning. So, this is your studying book. You got two studying books. Practice mode, casual versus, and then when you think you're ready, you take on your examination. Yes, this junk of a ranked mode right here is your examination. You take everything you've studied from your 2 books into the final examination, which is this. Test yourself. If you fail, you go back and do it. You have millions of chances to try again. It's not the end of the world. Yet. So that's it. There you go. This is number 3. 2 studying books, 1 final examination right here. Kombat League. 2 studying books. Now, so mind you, I have won a tournament with Sub-Zero. Okay, it was the week 2 Massive Strike qualifier for the top 8 grand final. I won that actually, and it was a stacked tournament with CIS players, EU players, UK players. It was really, I mean, there were solid players in there. There was no shit ones, and I won it with Sub-Zero. Okay, and every single thing all these tactics I've given you, every single thing I've learned, I applied all of it at the different times and different situations. There was a professional Cetrion in that tournament. That player played Cetrion very differently from other players in the Kombat League of Cetrion. So you gotta remember one thing. Every player plays the characters in different ways. Some Jade players will do down 4 on block, instantly back 2. Yeah. Some Jade players will do down 4 on block and jump after it. Some Jade players would do down 4 on block, backdash, and then do back 2. Yeah, you see what I'm getting at? You have to be ready for every single little option after every single little move on block, any setup, whatever. You gotta be ready for it. That may sound really hard, but this is what I've done. I'm kind of ready for all of it, you know. So if I can, you can. Thank you for watching and have a great day.